Hello, welcome back. My name is Alexandra Montes, and today we will be going over Chapter 2, Portrait of Philosophy of Socrates. So, for this chapter, I will be focusing on three key points that really stood out to me throughout this whole chapter, and I feel like that can give a big overall summary of what the chapter is stating about philosophy. So, we can get started with if I repeat his name wrong, I am so sorry. We can start off with Euthyphro and holiness. So Euthyphro, he's a valuable character in Plato's conversation. He exemplifies the tension between pity and morality as he seeks to prosecute his father for murder. And throughout that time in the story, he does meet with Socrates, and him and Socrates have, not an argument, but they have a talk explaining what is holiness and what can not be unholiness. So his discussion with Socrates raises profound questions about the nature of holiness, about the relationship between the divine command and ethical behavior. That goes that just demonstrates the very beginning of how philosophy and a real life person like story can come together and leave have those like ethical questions about how behavior and the actions we do does connect with each other. So the second key point that I found very interesting, and I did this in my journal entry, so I'm going to be using most of my information for my journal entry, but it's going to be Oracle at Delphi. In the story, Plato is talking about an old history teacher who went to trial to defend himself against the charges of unholiness. A man called Chaperon went to trial to ask the oracle if his friend Socrates was the wisest of them all. The answer came back as no, as no one is the wisest. Socrates was shocked, so he went around asking people what they were truly good at, and each one claimed to possess each characteristic. But after he realized that the wisest of them all is actually being able to accept um, that not knowing everything is the most knowledge you could have. And basically, with that, it just goes to show like, how can you claim to know everything, but yet whenever like deep down you don't know what to claim. You get me? Like your knowledge isn't just your knowledge. So being able to accept that you know nothing is being able to, put your ego aside and, realize that hey, I don't know this, but you know what? Me not knowing this could definitely demonstrate that hey, at least I'm accepting it. I'm being confident in not knowing, which I believe makes you the most wisest, and which also makes um of course, Soccer realized that being the wisest is being able to not know anything and being okay to not know anything. And so, for my last key point, we are going to be talking about what is a hospital for. So, towards the end of the story, there's a little conversation where no, sorry, not Socrates. Samuelson asks his class, like, "What's a hospital for?" And many people just they're gonna say the realistic things, that they help people. They're there to do to help their pain, ease into like stuff or deal with any surgeries and stuff like that. So as you go into that, Samuelson really just wants to connect how philosophy and a hospital can definitely combine and work together. So, with that being said, to illustrate the purpose and function of philosophy in a person's life, This parable prompts readers to consider the fundamental role of a hospital, which is to heal and restore health. Similarly, Samuelson suggests that the philosophy serves as a means of healing for the mind and spirit. By posing the question of what a hospital is for, Samuelson encourages readers to reflect on the deeper purposes of philosophy. Just as hospitals provide care and support for physical elements, philosophy offers a framework for examines um, life's challenges, uncertainties, and essential questions. Sorry. But these are the three main keys that really stuck out to me this chapter, and I just wanted to demonstrate to them because overall, it's a very exquisite topic to talk about, mostly because